And I think we're going live. I'm gonna need to start a splash page for when I start the stream. Do like a little video, get that going, where it's playing some little music for the viewers as I get everything fired up, rather than just this. Although it is almost becoming iconic now, where I'm like, okay, have I have everything ready? And yeah, I do. So away we go. Alrighty. So here we go. Turn that down a little bit. It was a little loud. So we are back, ready to have some fun and carry on with our handy dandy little commission here. Where is the hourglass? There it is. We are working on our queen commission today. That's her original drawing here. And this is the reference for Jinx. And obviously centered is my work. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to refine the hourglass. I think actually I'll finish laying down her flats just because we're already that far along. Oh, come on. First second of the stream. Sorry, folks. The USB cable connecting my tablet to the computer is apparently loose. So as I adjust it, it sometimes disconnects, which is, you know, really annoying. Oh, you stupid thing. There we go. Now we're back. Oh, technology. You love it, but you hate it too. The struggle is real. There we go. All right. Well, now let's slide you back to where you're supposed to be, while we get the chat back where it's supposed to be. Alrighty. And we get back to work. While we get the funk going. I really like this playlist. I tried to find another one, add a little more variance to the funk, but I was not successful yet. So we'll see. It's a little chilly in my house, so that's why I've got my nice little toque on for now. And away we go. Let's just double check that my title is actually properly updated. YouTube seems to be the one that I screw up all the time, though. Let's see. Hey, it is right. Holy crap, look at that. We're good, chat, we're good. Excellent. Alrighty. My tablet would stop misbehaving. Sorry, folks. I need to loop that cable around somehow better. I'll have to deal with that in a moment. Oh, come on, you stupid piece of garbage. Come on. Are we back now? Yes. Everyone loves your technology not behaving when you are attempting to stream. That is everyone's favorite thing. Everybody loves their creator just kind of lightly getting irritated at their setup for the stream. That's content everyone wants to see. Middle-aged man in a hat just raging at his tablet. All right. Well, now that that whole fustercluck is solved, get back to work. Alrighty. Hopefully my bitrate holds out. Twitch says that it's not working too well, so I don't know. We'll see. The internet should hold, but here we are, finally. Ideally, it doesn't freak out on me. So let's start keep laying down some colors for Jinx here. Character line art final. Where's my... Oh, this doesn't work. There we go, that'll work better. There we go. Okay, I just called it layer. I just didn't name it. No wonder I couldn't find the base colors. So you always want to name your... You always want to name your layers. Otherwise you're never going to be able to sort anything out. And you're going to lose track of anything and everything all of the time. Yeah, it's a black kind of leathery look. I wish it were possible to just have the show playing in the corner while I'm coloring away. That would be pretty awesome. But sadly, that cannot be done. Looks like my chats are all working. No surprises there. Everything should be good. I need to find a way to add rumble to the mix. Oh, I gotta adjust the sizing here on the little sphere-y thing. I don't understand why these bots hope to get. Their methods seem really silly. Bots certainly get to the kick chat pretty quick. Issue with the platform, it seems, but I don't know if I just don't have a setting set up that would help mitigate that or not. Remember that the Hex Tech gem from Arcane is much smaller than I initially made it. I made it the size of kind of a ball, but it's more like a ping pong ball in terms of its size, so I gotta relax that a little bit. How's that look? Oh, that's all right. All right. It's comfortable, but not as cold right now as I was last night, apparently. So go back to the default. Unleash the Chrome of Dome. All right, so we've made that adjustment. Oh no, we didn't. Too distracted. Thin this out, get rid of a few of the stray little lines here. Add a couple others. And that should be good. And we'll get painting in, layering down the coloring. On Jinx here. In preparation for more the different layers we're going to add onto this thing. So yeah, her arm strap is the same almost black gray leather look. That's convenient. I think Riot Games is the publisher of League of Legends, but they really did, the studio really did a great job, and they did a great job on the character designs for these for this world and these characters. Like it's pretty interesting. Like Jinx incorporates so many different elements really, really well. Of course, that's why she's so popular, because it's a cool looking character with a lot of personality. So that tends to make things go pretty well for you when you're in the character design realm. I do get jealous of the what they can do with the 3D modeling and texture work, because like since the textures and a lot of the, I believe a lot of the design elements are kind of painted on a sculpt, and then they just move the underlying wireframe and the underlying work. It means they can have some pretty precise and amazing animations with some very complicated looking outfits and gear. You see it a lot in video games like Final Fantasy XIV. And so I'm jealous of that, because when you try to translate that to the page by hand, it ends up being a hell of a lot of intricate details that take a lot of patience to execute. But that's what we're here for. An exercise in patience. Okay, it is slightly brown here. Yeah, those are browner than her. Okay. No, it's all this. It's the same color. The lighting's just a little different. It's just got warm lighting on it in this photo. That's what's going on. My reference has a nice warm yellow-orange light on her, whereas I don't have any lighting on mine yet, so shouldn't shift everything to brown and all that when I know from what I've seen from the show that it's not the case, and she was predominantly black. Here. Good. I hope I've set up the angles on my tablet a little bit better today for the viewers, so that I end up. The ideal is that I end up drawing mostly in the center of your screen, in my my work area, rather than off to the top or the bottom. So try to sync up what you see with where it's natural for me to rest my pen. And then we just get some art done, enjoy some funk, have a nice, beautiful, chill Thursday morning. So it seems to have a buckle on that side. So what did I make that? Oh, I didn't connect the cuff. That's odd. I didn't connect the cuff all the way, because that should be a full rolled kind of sleeve. Okay, and that's that. It's that buckle there. Alright, that'll work out fine. Alrighty. Hello, hello. Hi, Hot Sauce. Nice name. Welcome in. Good to see you. Well, I'm doing great. I got some funk going. Get to spend my morning drawing. Can't complain, can't complain. Just working on a, this is a tattoo for a friend of mine that I met online, and so trying to bust it out. So what we've got over here is her design. That's how she wanted it to look. I'll make that a little bit bigger. And then here, working on my my take on it. So that's that's what we got right now. A lot of rough line art, and then the refined stuff on Jinx herself. And yeah. Layering that down. Excuse me if my voice is a little scratchy, I just got over a cold, but I'm gonna try to keep flapping my gums anyway. Right on. So how'd you find me, Hot Sauce? I'm always curious when new people come on in. Oh, thanks for the follow, I really appreciate that. I'm always curious how people come on in. I'm still trying to figure out how to market. Just browsing the art section on Twitch and found your way here, or? You're doing support rounds at the moment, so you go into channels and look for viewers low to high. Oh, look at that. Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That helps. That definitely helps us little folks, that's for sure. What a cool idea. So you just pop on in, see what the little people are doing, and hang out. Since about near the end of November. So I did a few streams in December trying to figure it out. I had a little bit of a break as some chaos was around, but then did a bunch in February. So yeah, just a few months. Trying to figure it out. I'm barely competent at the technology. See what they're like. Once they like the vibe, you start chatting. Nice. Yeah, I'm barely competent at the technology, but I'm trying to self-publish my own comic book, so I realize if you don't have an audience to sell to, it doesn't matter if you have a comic book, so I'm trying to make a go at being a professional artist and doing freelance art and making comics. Yeah, the goal is full-time, so in the summer, I work as a beekeeper. And so in the winter, I live in Canada, so in the winter, I don't have much to do that involves the bees. So the intent was to make comic books. And so I've been working away at that for a little while, learning how to do it over the past few years. The bees are awesome. Here, I'll show you a quick example. So this is the cover from my book, Evar's Legacy. So my friend Henry, he wrote it. He wrote a novel a few years back, and I retired from the military and did that for about 20 years. And then I wanted to make comic books, so I asked him if I could make a comic book of his novel, and he was like, "Yeah, let's go!" And so that's what I've been working on. So that's my main project, is Evar's Legacy. You see in the back, over here, another picture. So this is the cover from another comic I'm working on called Headcanon. And this is, I love Final Fantasy XIV. So I decided to make a comic book about my experience in the game and about my character in the game and stuff like that. So that's what that book's about. And so I'm working on those two books. and then trying to do commissions and freelancing for people to pay the winter bills when I can't work with the bees. That's the plan. So streaming was a cool way of, I figured, hey, I could sort of monetize the making of the art as well as the end product itself. And so it would be another way of both reaching out to people and getting an audience, but also finding a way to interact with people, but also just opening up easy ways to monetize just being an artist. And so I'm trying to do every little avenue I can to make this work and try to go. So I'll be working and streaming pretty regularly and hard all the way until the next winter. Yeah, so that's the plan. Do that. So my streams will be pages from my books or commissions primarily. Sometimes I do exercises when I'm trying to practice. Like I did some speed painting the other day, which was a lot of fun, where basically I gave myself roughly 20 minutes to do as much of a painting as I could and see how far I could get in 20 minutes. And that was fun. And I did that based around the Helldivers. Have a proposition for me? Alrighty. Let's hear it. Can always listen to what people are interested in, see what's what. A group called the Scoovel Squad, and it's a group of streamers like myself. Essentially free help and support. Well, that's pretty cool. These are all, after all about communities. So going around checking out us newbies and recruiting them into your nice little team. Just team variety. Oh. Well, that might be pretty interesting. So I'm certainly open to hearing about it and what that would mean. Because, you know, reaching out and melding communities and everybody just hanging out together online is the whole point of this streaming, right? That's how it all flourishes. So it'd be cool to see what you and your friends are up to. What is that? Oh, I did hallucinate that. That's just lighting. They have a weird patch of lighting there on her arm. Well, we'll get rid of that in my line art. Collaboration opportunities, chance to network. That sounds pretty cool. So I'm open to learning more about it for sure, Hot Sauce. Like there was another streamer that popped by my a badge to pop on stream, show you that you're part of it. All right. Well, that would make sense if you guys are a team and you're trying to like jointly market to everyone's audience and stuff like that. Makes sense to be like, hey, check out other people that are, you know, these other people that I know. It does make sense. Certainly worth, could certainly be worth taking a look at. Yeah, I'll take a look for sure. Like, I had another streamer pop into my stream. He's just starting back up in Final Fantasy 14, and we've been chatting a bunch. I got into his stream a couple times, and he was running a glamour contest. So I offered to do some art for his community. So I'm definitely open for working with other communities and other creators for sure. The more friends you have online, the better in this space, right? I think the easiest way, you can either like connect with me and send me a message on like Instagram until I can set up how to get in touch with you guys, or you can use my email, my business email here. I don't know if I put that in my. I do have a Discord, but I'm terrible at figuring out Discord. So I'll get you to email or message me, and then I can actually you can just message through Twitch. So just send me a DM in Twitch with your Discord info, and then I'll find a way. Then I'll get my way there, or I'll send you my Discord info back, stuff like that, and then we can chat more about it, and we'll see what happens. If that's, you know, if I'm a good fit for you guys, if you guys are a good fit for me, stuff like that. Meet new people and work with new people would be pretty cool. I'm certainly not gonna out of the gate turn down someone who's like, hey dude, you're doing stuff, do you want to hang out, you know? Now what color is the back of her thing here? Oh my god, I have to go a million. Yeah, it's the same color I thought it would be. We'll do with the group. We help with everything stream-wise too, and that is something that I do need, because from the technological perspective, I am a baby bird falling out of the nest. So the only somewhat ambitious tech part of streaming that I've done was multi-streaming. So streaming to the three big platforms there to try to make it all work. So what sort of stuff do you stream there, Hot Sauce? You say you're in the category of variety. What's your jam? Sent you a whisper, cool. I will be able to look at it and give it. I'll give it a look and see what's what after stream. For sure. So, what sort of streaming do you do there, Hot Sauce? Just wondering what your particular brand of sauce is. Been gathering team members today? Right on. Well, that's cool. Stream collaborations it's just better when everyone knows people, and then you can hang out in different communities, and it's a cool idea. Are you IRL? Do you do some gaming? Variety, so gaming and reacts, community nights. You do digital art giveaways. Oh, so you're an artist as well? Excuse me. Creepypasta and read-throughs. I don't know what a creepypasta is. I know what copypasta is. I've never encountered that term before. Creepypasta. You have a business for digital art. Oh, sick. You have Instagram then? I assume you have an Instagram. If you got an Instagram, can you either whisper me your Not yet, you work mainly through Discord. Oh, okay, cool. Interesting. Was just wanting to see if I could take a look at your work. Yeah, there's a couple games I want to stream in addition to doing the art. Mainly set up the website and socials later today. Nice. So a few I've been wanting to stream, so I do Helldivers. I play Helldivers 2 with some friends, so that's a lot of fun. So I want to figure out good streaming for that. You do digital art, mystery boxes, branding. Ah, okay. So one of the games, Final Fantasy XIV is one that I really want to get into and start figuring out how to stream. Because that's my main game. You know, because that way it feeds directly into Headcan and the other comic I'm working on, right? So. Well, that's cool. Sounds like fun. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, get myself out there, get my art in front of as many people as I can while I slowly work away at my comics, try to get myself some freelance work and grow my little corner of the internet here so I don't have to get a real job, you know? I need to do some recordings during the summer of and do some like pre-recorded streams or something where I put up the video from doing bee work and then I can like talk through it on stream. I think that might be a good idea. So people can see the wee little critters. I think people get a kick out of that. That might be a good idea. One other cool thing about doing commissions and everything is that you get the such a variety in what you would draw. You get to you get to attract other people. So I got some people. I got raided the other time I was working on this art piece. Just because someone I saw you were drawing Jinx, so figured I'd drop my viewers on you, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Drawing things people like is definitely a nice way to go about drawing attention to yourself. See, I think I'm gonna make this. Feels like that should be that color. So you said variety of games. What's your favorite game to stream? And how long have you been streaming, Hot Sauce? Have a particular favorite, or is it just whatever hits your fancy at the moment? So with this art piece, just for everybody else, and for the VOD, for this art piece, I'm just laying down the flats, the base colors here. Really helps make her pop, and then what we're next gonna do is we're gonna go and we're gonna refine all this line art that I've done for the hourglass. So that way you can see how messy that is compared to Jinx herself. So that's why we're gonna move on to that next. So. That going there. I'm hoping that when I get to the shading, that I can do a pretty good approximation of their style in the rendering. I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do it in my style to begin, and then try to see if there's a way I can manage to pull off theirs. Because my friend Queen, she met her through Final Fantasy XIV. She hasn't been too particular in terms of the style that she'd like to see. So I figure I'm gonna try both. That way, if I can't pull off the way that Riot decided to color her in Arcane in the show, then I still is an easy thing to finish the tattoo. So. But yeah, I'm hoping to branch into some Final Fantasy streams. I'm gonna be joining the streamer Hey Josh in his glamour contest in that game. So all your characters wear all sorts of fun costumes, go and have a good time. So we'll see what that's like. And then that'll be a couple streams for me where I draw the or I make some art, draw the winner of that contest. So that'll be pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to that. I want to start reaching out to some of the clubs too in Final Fantasy XIV, because they have a whole nightclub scene in that game, and that would be pretty cool to pay them a visit and offer, to stream some art for some of the guests to their clubs and stuff like that, and just get my name out in the Final Fantasy XIV world to use that as an avenue to maybe get do freelance work for them. Hey Hobie, I can share your stream and Kick community to help you hit 100. Yeah, alrighty. Oh, Kick. And your bots. Yep. Hey Josh, I was just talking about you. I was just talking about your contest. Welcome in, man. Yeah, man, I was just chatting about how I want to branch into streaming Final Fantasy XIV, and I'm gonna be joining you on your glamour contest there, and then I'm gonna make art for your winner. So, chatting about the event. I'm excited, man. So, yeah, I was just talking about it. Looks like people's choice is spoken, and if you want, you can judge and participate. Oh, well then, I'll be happy. My best glam for a contest is definitely on Alara as my Melania cosplay from Elden Ring. I'm pretty pleased with how that one turned out. Yeah, it's gonna be a rush for me. I gotta pick my kids up after school on Wednesday, and a 5 p.m. start on Wednesday is a pretty crunch. Usually we have karate on Wednesday, so I take the kids to karate and I teach there. So, but I can flake on one karate class for to work, But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad it was a Wednesday, because Wednesday and Thursday are days that I'm always around during the beekeeping months. So a lot of other days it gets harder for me to be able to be online. Yeah, it's working out good. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. Hey, yeah, no worries. I'm going to enjoy it. It is shameless self-promotion as well, so I do benefit myself, right? I get to throw my art up in front of more people. So That's right. That's right. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, man. And I really want to... In my current Final Fantasy XIV time, I feel very disconnected from a lot of people. Some of my old FCs kind of fell through, and so you're working to become the official FF14 Unk of the community. Right on, man. A lot of my FCs kind of fell through from back in the day and stuff like that, so I'm kind of drifting. So looking to network more, make more connections with more players in the game, just because I love that game. So, well, I'll definitely throw my my Diablos character in there for sure, because Diablos is where you were, right? Yeah, Diablos. Yep, that's where my original main was, actually. So she's not my main anymore. I don't think that character has finished Endwalker. Oh, sick. 5 people and you have an FC house? Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's a lot of work to do that, man. That's a lot of work. That's small but cool. Yeah, for sure. Well, you gotta have a house. I was also saying I'm looking at... Oh, 9 is building it. Cool. I was also chatting about how I'm looking to get into the nightclub scene a little bit, because there's all these clubs advertising, you know, the social stuff. They have DJs and they do all these different contests. So, you know, streaming, doing the same thing, offering to stream for the winners of some of their content, make art for some of the winners of their raffles and stuff, would be another way of getting myself known in the community. I can go to these different clubs and be like, yeah, you know, hey, do you mind if I do this? Advertise it as part of your rally to get going, and just basically, you know, freelance for all these different clubs and stuff. Oh man, you finished your first extreme trial? Sick. Sick. No, I've never done the hard modes myself. Just never, scheduling never matched, but I'd love to get into that stuff. That would be so much fun. Someday. Someday I'll have everything figured out enough that I can do that. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. So yeah, I'll definitely make my definitely link up with you on Diablos with my my old main, which is still Alera, so it's not that creative. Most of my alts are just Alera on different worlds. I play about six characters or so, so I think 4 of them are Aleras. Wait, I play more characters than that. Yeah, I've got... Yeah, so I have 3 Aleras, I have a self-insert of Hobgoblin, then I have 3 other characters on Curl, 1 I play with my kids, and then 2 that are just alts. So it's... I play the game a lot. I really, really enjoy the game. You didn't, Hot Sauce, you didn't mention what games it is that you play. So you said you were a variety streamer. But might be time to dip your toes in since some of us are new. Yeah, for sure. I think so. It will mean I'll have to go through Dawn Trail again, which, you know, yeah, but... It'll be worth it for the end, The end game stuff in Dawn Trail is really good. It was just the story was meh. I could speedrun it, I can speedrun it. It'll be fine. I can take my main over to Diablos, that's true. Well, I probably would have to do that actually because the gear requirements, right? What eye level do you need for the extremes? Yeah, what eye level do you need to do the extreme trials? It's got to be like Arcadian comparable, right? So I've never... The whole gearing requirements is a whole other side of things. 770 for Doom Train? It's even more. Okay. I think I'm at 750-ish. Maybe 755 on Paladin. 750 or so. I'm around the 740 mark. My two main jobs are White Mage and Paladin. So... Yeah. Well, I'm happy healing. So, I'm happy to heal. I'll just gotta get my White Mage up there. Want me to invite to the VC group? The voice chat group? Scions of the 7th Wipe? Love it. When you say invite to the VC group, is that something in the Discord? I think that's in the Discord, right? Because it's a voice chat? I decided to make the extremes its own DM group so you can VC without randoms coming in from the Discord. That makes sense. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. I may not be ready yet, but we'll see. Because you're doing that Monday, Wednesday, Friday on stream, right? Well, there would definitely be the odd Wednesday or Friday that I'd be able to link up. So there's I could definitely make some time. I wouldn't be able to make all of them though, unfortunately, which might be a problem if we're progressing, right? Because then if I'm only there half the time, I might be holding you guys back. But I guess I can do my own homework to figure things out, make sure I don't screw it up. But we won't know until we try, I suppose. Yeah. Definitely just trying to learn, so no worries holding us back. Sick. One thing I was noticing with a lot of your posts on the Facebook stuff is how quick people are like really hyper aggressively against the against like using AI assisted stuff for banners and ads and stuff. If you see the VC calling in, you can just answer or not, no worries. Yeah, cool. So as an artist, I appreciate the spirit, but people aren't really taking into full context what it means to try to be an independent businessman trying to promote your stuff, right? Like look at how many posters you made for advertising your event, right? That would cost you like $400 to $500 at least to get actual artists to make just those for you for your glamour contest. Like, people can't do that. So I have sympathy for creators trying to have something pretty in front for their things. So I have sympathy because, like, can't do that. People can't afford it. So, and when you have a lot of creators, exactly, yeah, and like, for sure. And like thumbnails for YouTube, right? It's like, are you really going to be paying like a couple $100 every time you want to put out a YouTube video to have an artist do a thumbnail for you? I mean, if you do, more power to you, but you're like
at a whole different level of YouTube at that point, right? You'd feel bad for anyone who had to make stuff at the pace I need it. Well, that's why I'm working on speed painting so I can learn to make art faster. Because that's the whole, that's one of the problems with being an artist and trying to keep up with how fast paced like media is and stuff people get into. Because like, if a meme hits pretty virally and people are like, yeah, and they're doing this thing, if you can whip up some art super quick and take advantage of those trends, then it's a good way to get noticed and like keep having people aware of your art. Some of the suggestions are good, like using wallpapers, key art, G-posing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is really good. Because like if you manipulate your screenshots, that's a good way that people like that a lot better, right? And that way you've used your game and you've created something yourself. You didn't just, you know, dry up a lake in order to get the super corporations to do it for you. Well, that does make sense. So, it's very interesting how there's a good group of people who've really embraced this idea that you gotta really keep the AI down because it'll help save the artists. So, I appreciate both sides. I have a more nuanced take on it now than I did before. What's weird is like, I look at stuff, it's very obviously AI, and people are like, wow, that's so cool, who made that? Yeah, people don't know. And that's something that artists have been struggling with, is that people, don't know. And then on the flip side, with how aggressive everyone is on being anti-AI, is often you get artists who are legitimately doing good art, and people like, this looks like AI. And they think that the artist cheated and just used AI and is defrauding people. Right? So I'm in a great position. Yeah, exactly. I'm in a great position though, because no matter what happens with my art, if my art gets really good and I'm doing certain styles, and if anyone's like, oh, it's totally AI, I can be like, well, I make it in real time right in front of people, so I never have to worry about that whole prove you're not AI. I'm like, well, just look at the stream, you know? Think you're gonna have a mixture of both and let the chips fall where they may? I think you handle it well. You're like, you freely admit it. You say, oh yeah, I used it and I blended this. It's not an artist. You're enthusiastically promoting any creative that happens to come by your way. So I think you're doing it the best way. You're using the tool, but you're in the same breath eagerly pointing people towards other creatives. So it's not like you're hurting anyone. So I think that's good. I think you've got a good blend. I mean, like, I'm gonna have a whole fresh batch of people. Already have. I've had like a couple dozen people now see my art just out of nowhere, just because you pop by the stream and I saw you were doing a glamour, and because I saw you at a glamour contest on Facebook, so I'm like, hey, let's go. And that's great. Getting eyes on is what I need. To see it that way, which I agree with. And then Chris calls me a hypocrite, deletes all his art, and leaves Discord. Oh my god, he did? Wow. That's unfortunate. But, you know, people are people. When people get hit in the feels, they react. Having a nuanced conversation is really hard for people these days. I've had people shut me out of their life too because they refuse to have any kind of a nuanced conversation. they would just see that I was, you know, doing something, and then they're like, oh, that's it, gone. Because they just make assumptions and nobody asks you anything about it. They just jump to their own conclusions and away they go. It was crazy. You feel like it went above and beyond. I think you did too. I think you were pretty balanced there, being like, you know. And so, and it's just people don't consider, like, well, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Like, obviously the old. Yeah, of course. People gonna people. Like, I appreciate in the ideal world, yes, every time you needed any kind of art, you would hire an artist to make it for you. That would be the ideal, right? Because then all of us artists, we get hired, we get jobs, and we can, you know, leverage our skills to feed our families and all of that stuff. But like, you're not a big business. You're a dude, just like us. Right? So you can't be spending like thousands and thousands of dollars on art when you're just trying to start out, right? You don't have that initial capital to do that kind of thing. I think you can make a stick figure on your own and someone will tell me I should have hired an artist. Yeah. You'd at least get some respect for like the authenticity of it. But like, if you're a massive streamer with like making millions a year, then you know you can do that. You can support and make a dedicated effort to bringing those creative professionals up, right? But you know, when you're getting back in there and you're running a glamour contest in a video game, expecting someone to spend like a couple $1,000s, it's crazy. Oh, my day's great. I wish I'd been able to find another funk playlist, because I'm kind of using the same one I used before, but it's good. It's funky. I like it. I'm doing great. I'm making art, man. I don't have to be in an office. I'm chilling at home. My kids are on March break, so they're playing some video games and chatting with their friends right now. So multitasking. And yeah, dude, I'm set. I'm good to go. The KHFF shoes aesthetic. What's KH? Oh wait, that's Jinx. Yeah. Oh, the Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. I got it now. Kingdom Hearts Final Fantasy. Well, it's the same kind of clumpy pirate boot thing. Whenever you see many belts and faces, I'm thinking, yeah. Well, Final Fantasy likes that aesthetic too, right? Like, look at Lulu from FF8. Literally an entire character built around belts, you know? That is her entire thing, is belts. So now I need the gray. But yeah, I'm doing great, man. Just getting art done, getting these commissions rolling out. Yeah, Lulu from Final Fantasy VIII. Let's see. Yeah, dude. You see all the belts, right? She's literally made of belts. That is her jam. Everyone's favorite goth lady. Look at all them belts. Look at it. Beautiful character design. Lots of fun. And comprised almost entirely of belts. You never noticed? I wonder why you never noticed the belts. I kid. Yeah, I kid. I mean, you were way too busy locking in on all of those magic mechanics, right? You were way too busy drawing from the monsters. Hey Ted, there's a Square Enix game releasing on your birthday, June 18th. I did not know that. What game? What game is coming out? I know they have this kind of future-y what if Final Fantasy that's coming out at some point. It's almost like Kingdom Hearts, but Adventures of Elliot. I haven't seen that one. I'll have to take a look. There's some like Dissidia or something Final Fantasy thing coming out where they've got like characters from everything in like a modern context. Well, then that'll be a nice present for you. Yeah, my day's going great. Doing art sure beats doing a real job. Sitting here in my office. You want to try to beat it from start to finish the same day on your birthday? Nice. That reminds me of growing up in the 80s. That's what we would do. A new game would come out, we'd rent it from Blockbuster, take it home, beat it the same day. Just grind it out. Glorious. Glorious existence. So, I'm 42, so I've seen quite a few different styles of video game. I was there when the old words were forged, you know? When the strength of men failed. Because I think the first game I actually played was Frogger on the original Atari. Back in the day. Gotta get your green boy across your less than 8-bit space. Square Enix, so it might be longer. There is that, right? Some games are just impossible to beat in a single day these days because they're full-on RPGs. So, you think the demo was 1 to 2 hours? Well, that might be a clue that you're probably not gonna be able to do it in one day. I always like that though. I love the JRPGs and super long games. Like when we finally had a PlayStation. Oh man, that was so good. Final Fantasy VII, Legend of Dragoon. Oh, so good. Vagrant Story. Did you ever play that one? That was a sick game. It was so different than lots of others. It had kind of a Final Fantasy XII vibe to it. Obviously, it was way earlier. You haven't yet. There's still some stuff you got to play. That's what the stream is for. That's right. I've been trying to do some gaming streaming too, but I'm really bad at it because I lock into the game too much, and I haven't figured out the flow with paying attention to my chat enough. Because I'm kind of just trying to lock in and play competitively. Because I'm not much of a shooter guy, so I really have to lock in to do that pretty well. So I was doing Marvel Rivals last night with my son, and that was pretty awesome. The kid's crazy good at that game, so I'm gonna get him to carry me to GM. It'll be great. And once I have I think it'll be great if I have a decent audience to then try my hand at Expedition 33. I've heard lots of really good things It's not quite red enough. But I haven't played Expedition 33 yet, and I really want to, because that would be exactly up my alley. I love RPGs and stuff like that. But I feel if I'm streaming, playing a game like Expedition 33 just on my own kind of like almost wastes it. That's after Crisis Core? Sick. Because yeah, being online, it almost makes me feel like, yeah, if I just play the game for myself, I'm kind of wasting its potential. With a game like that anyway, with Expedition 33, because it's such an event, right? I want to do an Elden Ring challenge stream as well. That would be fun. Because I really like Elden Ring. I mean, I'm terrible at it, but I really like Elden Ring. I actually have a Final Fantasy based Elden Ring challenge where I have a white mage only challenge. So I build as close to a white mage as I can in Elden Ring and try to beat it there. So you can only use earth or holy magic. You can only heal by using your own magic. And so you have extremely limited weapons. You can only use a small shield. You can only wear light armor. So that'll be fun. I gotta do one of those one of these days. I keep debating whether or not to include any weapons in that playthrough because White Mage can technically use blunt weapons like a mace. If you go back to the other old games, they had maces or hammers. So the problem with that though is those weapons are pretty good in Elden Ring. So if I'm just running around using a pretty good weapon, it kind of blunts the challenge a little bit, right? It's like, okay, well, it's not much of a challenge thing if I just get a big old freaking mace and bludgeon everyone to, you know, kind of against the spirit of the challenge in some ways. Yeah, just go naked with a stick. Exactly. Just play the Unga Bungas. All right. Gonna get sound alerts? Yeah. Yeah, that's more stuff I have to figure out. I have no idea how anything works. So I gotta figure all that stuff out too. I'm looking forward to when I finally, when I can get affiliate and I can start doing the emotes and the other challenges and stuff like that. Well, I would definitely appreciate that because I feel like such a boomer these days with trying to figure out all this tech. I'm like, God damn, I don't want to do it. I can, obviously. I used to work in tech with the military, but I just don't want. It's just like my brain is like, no, we're done learning about tech. Stop it. So, exactly. So I can learn it, but I'm not happy about it. My old man brain is like, no, I don't want to do it. But once I can get like the channel points and the emotes and stuff for the chat, I want to make, I want to design those and give people neat things to do when they're hanging out, you know? And of course, once I figure out how to make emotes nice and quickly, I can start offering that to other streamers and be like, hey, you want some emotes? I can do them slick and quick. Figure out all sorts of art I can sell to people. That way I can keep doing art. Because this is the year I gotta make it. This is my I am now a professional artist year. So, doing everything I can to get myself out there and make this dream work. And I think the best chance I have of being able to do that is to really embrace the kind of freelancing thing and do more commissions for people and stuff like that. So, looking forward to diving into that. So, and your glam contest is going to help me with that, so that'll be great. Looking forward to that. It'll give me another portfolio piece I can show to people when I'm trying to offer up commissions of Final Fantasy XIV characters, so it'll be good. That's right. It's an exciting time. I'm pumped. I just got to get past that whole that threshold. Get my way into that affiliate. We'll get there. Let's keep making friends. They keep saying hello, and then before I know it, boom. Yeah, it can. The streaming is tertiary anyway in terms of the money side of things, but it's still it's a great way to just meet people and get myself out there, so. And it's a great way to keep my butt in the chair to make sure I keep working on my art enough, so I keep improving as an artist too. It's really easy in art to kind of overestimate how long you've worked on something. Because it can feel like you've worked for a while, but then not. Well, sitting here streaming will definitely turn you into a shape. But yeah, I see what you mean. That's the other thing. I need to do a weight loss challenge a little bit. I'm about 20-ish pounds heavier than I want to be. So, gotta get back to my deployment weight. A standing desk. Ah, nice. I stand a lot at my other job, so here I sit. Otherwise you'd be sitting every day for 8 to 12. Yeah, it's a lot. We definitely need to move. How does that look? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah. No, I gotta get back into my old fitness routine. I used to do a lot of calisthenics. I did some CrossFit a lot. I teach martial arts as well, so I need to lean hard into my karate and leverage that to get myself back in shape. Lots of interests that I have that are gonna be good. Gracie and Aikido for 7 years. Oh, you did some jiu-jitsu, nice. I've done a few styles of jiu-jitsu as well. I used to train BJJ back when I was in the military, but it felt like I would do the first 6 months of BJJ, like over and over and over again. So I never got anywhere. I have a very, very well-worn no-stripe white belt because every 6 months I'd have to go somewhere else and I'd have to start over. So I just ended up getting smashed for like a few years. It was amazing, but a little frustrating to progress. And the same thing happened with my karate in a lot of ways, because like that outside the military too, yeah. Because like with my karate, I've been doing karate and jiu-jitsu, not the Brazilian kind, but standing. It's kind of similar to Aikido, but more like strike-based and stuff. The more traditional jiu-jitsu. So I've been doing that since I was 8. And when I'm in the military, moving around so much, I never stayed with a school long enough to get promoted. So I've been a black belt in karate and jiu-jitsu since 2000. So for almost 26 years now, and I'm just a second degree, just because I only just recently am stable enough in one area that I could actually grade. So it's super funny. But yeah, I teach at 2 different schools in the area near me. And I absolutely love it. I love martial arts. It's so fun. There's some content for me, eh? Gotta figure out a way to do a karate stream. Speaking of affiliate, tell my girlfriend you're gonna get your first payout from Twitch after only 2.5 weeks of being back streaming. That is crazy. Good on you, man. You definitely have a knack for the whole community building side, which obviously factors back into being able to surge back onto the scene on Twitch. That's really cool. She's like $50. Okay, cool. It's like, girl, that's how it starts. You don't get it. Yeah, that's how it starts. That's how it starts. Oh, don't have the eloquent. Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. I have never. Well, I'm very loud too, but I've never been accused of not having something to say. Let's put it that way. Calm and chill. You're jealous? Well, hey. Keep in mind, out of all of us that we just talked about, you're the guy who's getting the payout in 2.5 weeks, right? So you've got some good energy. You get people excited. So the other side of the coin, Like you say, you want to be the community's like go-to unk, right? So you'll be the cool uncle, and us with our calming voices, we're the dads, telling people, you know, you should really be responsible. And you're like, nah, let's party. There you go. And so people looking for different vibes will go to different streamers and everything will all come in. So I'm excited for that. That's right. Fire aim ready. Yeah, never a one-sum game, that's right. There are a lot of people looking to be entertained and to connect with people. And that's a cool thing about streaming and this stuff, is that you have a real person you're talking to, this real person is talking to you back, but you still have the safety of the internet where you don't have to feel like, where people don't have to feel as anxious, because they still have that, like, that little, the veil is still there. And so I think that encourages people to just feel more themselves and feel a little more relaxed around people. Because people spend a lot of time online, and I think they're kind of losing how to interact face to face in a lot of ways. So streaming is picked up as a kind of neat way to kind of ease into that. So all around the same age? Well, I'm 42, so I don't know if we're around the same age, but I tend to feel that way about everyone. So if I encounter another adult and they're doing kind of the same thing I'm doing, I just assume they're my age. So, but yeah, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm 42. Already had a 20-year career. So now, moving on to the next big thing. Rather than buying a motorcycle, my midlife crisis is becoming an artist. Becoming an artist was way more expensive than a motorcycle would have been. I have to fix that a little bit. No! Why did it do that? Just a rise with 150 viewers. Wow. That's pretty cool. 150 is a good number. What's going on over there? I don't think I know that. I don't think I know Rise. Need to get him back into 14? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know if I know Rise. Clearly they're onto something. Your third co-judge and mod of the stream on Discord. Nice. Well, clearly they're onto something if they've got 150 viewers. He still asked about you being our third judge. Okay, right on. Hearthstoning for a very long time. Right on. Well, that's part of how you do it, right? Because you got to build up that community over time. As people get to know you and they start coming back, and then you network and things. What a nice convo. You betcha, man. I'm a talker. I'll talk your ear off, you let me. See, and that's one thing that's nice about streaming, because in real life, I have to make sure that I let the person I'm talking to get a breath. So I always have to try to slow myself down, because I just like to talk. On streaming, though, I just get to talk the whole time. I don't have to worry about that. I can't interrupt anybody. It's all good. I don't have to worry about if I'm being rude or not. I can just keep chatting. We can all have fun. Nobody gets any hurt feelings. VC and stream chat is a challenge. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's a lot to pay attention to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend more time figuring that out. Playing the game and reading chat. Yeah, when I do 14, I use a program that keeps my Caster Labs chat like at the top of my screen, so I move that over my in-game FF14 chat so that I have my stream chat right in front of my face. I tried to do that for Helldivers and Marvel Rivals, but the shooter, since you're moving your mouse around, what would happen is my mouse would move over the chat box and it would put me into the chat box versus the game. And I was like, and it was messing me up and I couldn't understand what was going on. So for the shooters I play, like Marvel Rivals and Helldivers, I can't do that. But I play Final Fantasy 14 in a really unique way. I barely use my mouse at all. I play home row, like I'm typing. I should show you sometime. I'll make a video about it, and everyone can be like, what is wrong with this guy? But since I almost never use my mouse in Final Fantasy 14, I don't have a problem. And that way, the chat stays in front of my face and I can actually respond. So yeah, I'll have to do a 14 stream and show off my key bindings. Because I'm very good at managing cooldowns and hitting the buttons when I need them to, and what ability does what, because I have them set up just like, you know, when I need to use J, I press J, and so I have all of my abilities just at my fingertips all the time. So, and I really enjoy playing like that. I stumbled upon that way back in my World of Warcraft days. And now it's just muscle memory and I'm stuck with it. And so it's like, I'm not playing these sorts of games any other way. I'm just gonna home row it. Ugh. All right. The secret ingredient to talking forever. You too, man. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate the chat. Peace. That was pretty good. Not too shabby for a morning, everyone. Some pretty interesting visitors so far, I would say. Which is exactly what we want. Some cool people stopping by. And now we just relax a bit, rest the voice, and wait for the next cool person. And that is the plan. Coming along nicely on this piece. I think I should open the navigator window now. There we go, that way people can see the actual overall scope of the artwork. I think I'm going to use some digital trickery. On that part of the image. We'll just cut and paste it. Yeah. Why is it not doing anything? It's really annoying. The whole refining of the line art staging, really graphical works, always takes a while to do. Kind of more painterly things are fun in that way because you can kind of get away with just leveraging your line art in a different way. So you don't have to muck about with the line art in nearly the same sort of way, which is nice. Which is nice because then you don't get bogged down on etching out a small nub of a circle. Alrighty. Enough checking that stuff. Let's get back to it.
When you act the fool. Progress is being made, everybody. Take a look at that. Look at that go. Oh, that's looking great. Oh yeah. I think all in all this has been about 4, almost 5 hours spent on it. Hey, Trix! Long time no see, how you doing? How's it going? Just working on a commission here for a friend of mine. What you been up to? Mentally exhausted? I've been physically exhausted. I started up beekeeping again. So we're starting the season a little earlier. So I have a lot of warehouse work I have to do in preparation for when we get our new bees. And so most of them are wintered, but we're buying some packages. You can literally just buy boxes full of bees and have them mailed to you and put them in your hives. So I've been spending a lot of time getting the hives ready to receive their new occupants. Yeah, yeah. I think my brother orders them from Chile. They just get flown in. We have everything set up for them. We get queens. We get the bees. Toss them in. The bees find their new queen. They're like, "Oh, great!" And then everybody just moves in and away they work. It's a pretty cool thing. Yeah. So most of our bees are going to be wintered. So they're just chilling out until it's warm enough, which should be soon. But to really quickly replace any that weren't able to survive the winter, we get some packages from Chile.
We would just buy them from the States, but there's a bunch of issues there with the border and stuff that's decades of issues. So, Chile's where we go to get them. This time anyway. I'm sure there's other places that have it. But... so yeah, so I'm doing a lot of scraping out old hives to clean them up so it's easier for the bees to move in. They can start with some nice fresh comb ready for the queen, ready to go so the queen can just start laying and stuff like that, so. I use Clip Studio. Yep, good old Clip Studio. Photoshop has a few things that pushed me away from using Photoshop, and that's mainly the cost. Because these days you need a subscription. Do I know vector layers? No. I've never worked with them. I learned how to do the digital art stuff and these programs back when there was a huge difference between using a vector layer and a raster layer. And in the old days, the only way you could draw in a vector layer is you basically had to use a polyline. So if I wanted to draw, I basically had to do like this. And then it would fill that in, and that would be how I drew. So nowadays the vector layers are way different, and I just haven't bothered to learn it yet because it just takes so much time and I'm exhausted learning programs, so. So I just use raster layers and the different blending modes that they offer. And I just work at a big enough resolution that it's not an issue. Yeah, it's gotten so much better now. I've heard that. One of these days I need to take a look at it. But I'm I believe if I look at my, yeah, so I work at 350 DPI. So that's pretty good for most printing you'd need. For my comics, I used to work at 600 DPI just to be safe, but I don't know if I'll keep working that high because it makes the file sizes pretty cumbersome. Especially since I save time lapses now of everything I'm doing. So the file size gets increased a lot because it has to save that file about your interactions in order to construct the time lapse. How to use vector layers because it makes art easier and faster? Well then, maybe someday you can add that new skill to this old dog. I'll have to hit you up for that knowledge one of these days. But I'm so far I'm content, and you know, have got a pretty good handle on using raster layers, so that's just what I keep going with. And I found this nice funk playlist, so now I don't have to worry about my, not have to with the music suddenly changing to someone who's just shouting his head off. Instead, it's just fun, funky vibes the whole time. So, I'm pretty pleased with that. I need to find more copyright-free funk. I don't know where to look for that, but we'll see. So yeah, as you can tell by the caption, this is just a commission for a tattoo design that a online friend of mine requested, and it's I met her in Final Fantasy XIV, and she wanted this Nice little Jinx tattoo, and this is her design. So she did an initial drawing, and then I'm doing my version of it. And so far, it's been pretty darn fun. Where's my streak? There it is. No, that's not what we want. You've been mentally exhausted. So what's got you exhausted there, Trix? What's wearing you down in the other side of the pond? Life. Well, it does take effort. Oh, insecurities. Just gotta push past that and just go. You are better than you think you are. That is the mantra. Artists especially struggle with that because they see what they know what they wanted in their mind, and then they try to put it bring it into reality, and it's not there, and they're like, this is garbage, it didn't work. And plus, art is super hard, so people get really down on themselves about it. Not saying that that's where your insecurities are coming from, it's just putting an example of where people one area people can feel insecure about. Oh, I'm on the dot? Well, there you go. You gotta tell that negative self-talk to get the hell out of there because you're great. Just about your art? Yeah, well, you're definitely, people will surprise you about, like, your audience is going to like your art more than you like your art. And that will always happen. Because you know all the flaws with it. And they look at it and they're like, oh, that looks cool. And additionally to your viewers, whoever's looking at your art, it's something that they can't do. So most of the time they're just like blown away at what they're seeing, right? So repeating the idea that you are better than you think you are is a good way to start. Well, and that's always, yeah. But when you have to study art, that can be fun though, because now you've got this other thing you've got to learn, and exercises can be turned into something pretty fun. You used to be confident in art. That's because you did studies always? Yeah. Well, the more, yeah. I can relate. I mean, it took me so long to finally want to put my art online and start streaming it and doing it professionally, because I felt my art was never good enough. So I had to keep grinding away because it's not quite ready. It's not quite ready. Then eventually I was like, well, this is way better than I used to be. And I'd gotten some decent feedback before, so I was like, you know what, I just gotta, if I don't dive in, then I'm never gonna do it. Because you'll always be better. So like, good enough, it's hard to exist. It's hard to know when good enough hits, right? I should actually show you, I should show you something, one of my old art pieces compared to now. That might actually be a pretty cool thing to do. Would you be interested in seeing that? at all, Tricks? My friends couldn't tell the difference between a 3-year-old art and recent art, and that's what stuck to you a little? Ah. That can be a little disheartening, yeah. But then again, that shows if you do any kind of stylized art, it can be easy to kind of fall into that trap in a little ways, because the elements of the style start becoming kind of self-fulfilling. All right, sure, I'll show you. So, I really like this, showing this difference. So, I'll go to headcanon. So issue 1, we have my cover that I have, you know, I have it up on my, oh, this will work actually best. So here, hold on. So right up here, right above my head, that's my most recent drawing painting of my cover for headcanon for my Final Fantasy XIV book. So that's Alara and everything there. So a few years ago, when I drew her, I did this exact same cover a couple years ago. Here. So it's a different style. It's a different style, but you can see, I feel you can see where my line art improved and some of my blending and things like that from the first iteration to the second one. So, like, from my perspective, the structure of her face, something's wrong with the coloring there too. It's not looking right. Am I missing a layer or two? What's going on here? Yeah. The hand, the line art, I find her face is more proportioned. I think the statue looks better. So the statue, the flow of the drapery here, the way the hair sits, and the water in the table. So and so here's even more. I'll show you a third one that I did even earlier. Not the same picture, but so that was the first one of the first completed pieces I did in like headcanon. So that's what that looked like then compared to up here at now, right? So I've got Alara here versus, say, Alara here. And I think my line art and my ability to render characters has improved dramatically compared to where I used to be. This is what I'm gonna redo. I'm gonna redo this picture 100% in my new style, just because it's got Hersifont in it, and he's a very important person in that. Some of my old ones hold up pretty good, like the Goblin one. That one held up pretty well. This one I'm pretty pleased with. I did this one ages ago, and I love how the clouds came out. So, but that was back when I was doing traditional inking. So this was all traditional inks. And so I have way less precision in my inks than I do now, because now I digitally ink. So that one this one holds up. but I think I've come a pretty good distance. So yeah, thanks. I'm noticing a bunch of difference between my in my Everett stuff too. Do I have any of the old stuff? Oh, I do. What does it look like? Yeah, so we have, this was the original line art for Evards. And when I did it there, now I bring up the new one. Let's turn the background off. Oh. So many layers. So that's the new line art. What layer is doing that? So I always like doing that sometimes, looking at where I was. Like, look at how her face is here. You can see the eye is kind of drifting and stuff like that versus new. I think it looks better there. The proportions work better. The jaw's more properly built. Right here too. His chin was very short. It looks more fleshy here. So, been pretty pleased with how I've improved. But that was back where I started to where I am now. So, it's a wonderful journey. So I finally eventually was like, oh, I gotta get my stuff online, otherwise I'm never gonna get anywhere. And so I just was like, yep, we're good enough, we can go. And for me now, being able to do it consistently is the big part. Because sometimes I would have a piece that looked really good, but then other times I would make a lot of mistakes and it would really drag down a piece, or it would take me too long to do it. And thanks, Trixie. Thanks, Trix Oddly. Thanks for saying that. But yeah, so I'm just trying to not worry about, not to get too stressed out about how, like, where I'm at, and just make the art. Your journey's short. You started when you're 10, now you're 21, so it's been 11 years with three-quarter year art gap. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you can progress really far in a short period of time too. With, as long as you do your studies, like what you were saying. Because yeah, I started as soon as I could hold a pencil, and but then I took like a 20-year gap where I kind of barely did anything, and then had to come back to it, so I had to retrain a lot. Which was what I spent the past like 3 years doing. And now here we are. Where I'm trying to be pro. Finally. Because being a professional artist was what I wanted to do when I was in high school. And just never worked out to go that direction. I need to shift this because it's not working. It's too long now. Okay. Because I don't know how to. That's the answer. I don't know how to do that. I'm like a cave guy. I'm like a caveman who was given a I'm like a caveman who was given a spoon, and I'm like, or I'm trying to come up with like kind of a device where I'm digging with like a stick, but then if I turn it around, it's a shovel, and the shovel's on the other side, but like I never look behind me, so I'm just like digging a hole with a tiny stick rather than using the shovel part because I don't know that the shovel part exists. Yeah, there are so many subsystems and tools and helpful things in these programs that I just haven't taken the time to learn. So, the irony, of course, being that I lose time when I'm actually making the art. But, yeah, I just have not gotten around to learning that. So, the asset store, eh? I'm like a dude with a smartphone that only knows how to make phone calls. They're like, yeah, just go on the internet, you can find everything you need. And I'm like, what the hell is the internet? No, I don't think I do. I know there's something there you can get some stuff on, but I haven't spent any time on that. I know you can share stuff, and there's things that you can get and import them into your program. That's probably what you mean by the asset store. But yeah, no, I haven't looked into any of that. Like, there was some good YouTube videos by some artists on like, oh, you know, try this is how the blending modes work, when I was learning. Yes, I do. And so the brush set I use is just the brush set that an artist I like on YouTube uses, so I'm like, oh, I'll try that. And then so I just use the ones that I like. Well, actually the one I'm using right now, the G Pen, is just default Clip Studio. And so I just do that, and then I have some leftover knowledge from how multiply and overlay modes work from the early days of Photoshop back in the 90s. And yeah, That's where my program knowledge is kind of sat. It's kind of sad that I haven't updated my technical know-how with these programs since the, you know, Y2K. Screams in unopened possibilities. Yeah, I'm a dinosaur. It's so funny how we can get set in our ways in a lot of things. But yeah, no, I had an old Wacom tablet, Graphire 2, back in the year 2000. I was using Open Canvas back then, and I had a bootleg version of Photoshop. Because that's what up and coming artists were doing, is they were pirating Photoshop because the program was too expensive for us high schoolers to justify spending money on. And so we'd find alternatives or steal it, which I'm not endorsing, by the way, now that I'm on the internet. There are now very affordable alternatives, like Clip Studio Paint. And yeah, so kind of how I learned how to digital art back then is sort of the same methodology I use today. And even back then, I barely knew how to use the programs. It was just kind of treat it like physical paint in a lot of ways. So like back in the days, I wouldn't really use blending modes or smudge tools or anything like that. How I used to paint would be, I would take like a hard brush. I don't know if it works the same in Clip Studio, but basically I would take light color brush, darker color, and then I would just go back and forth. Trying to blend. Then I'd play with opacity, so I'd put the opacity like at halfway. So that's how I would blend back in the day. I'm sure we could find a time to, oh God, old man. Yeah, exactly. That's right. I was there when these programs were first created. And even then, I didn't want to learn them. I would be happy to learn from a fellow art nerd. Well, I guess I can't call myself an art nerd anymore because I'm not nerding out on the programs. I'm just making art. So, I guess that's the difference. Yeah, I would just manually blend everything because that's what I was used to. That's how I did art. Did that for a long time. It worked well. So, it's a good way to leverage your foundational skills in other mediums and translating it over into digital. But now it's just it's so much easier. You can get the medium itself doing the heavy lifting for you, and that can be very helpful. Because, you know, then you can speed up. Well, good. The tool is there, why not? Because you'll find that all the time, like in traditional painting too, where some artists will like meticulously use their technique to, you know, make like mist or fog or different things like that, whereas other people that just have the know-how, they're like, okay, well, if I need to mist this up a bit, I'll just take an airbrush and I'll just use the tool, and I can get some really good blending going using the airbrush. But other people are like, yeah, I don't know how to use an airbrush, so I'm just gonna improvise with the tool I do know how to use, and away they go. It's part of the fun of art, is that there's so many ways to do everything. But yeah, you'll definitely have to give me a lesson someday. Because there's definitely, exactly right now, because that symmetry thing does seem like that would be a pretty powerful and useful thing to do. To know how to use. This Clip Studio has one by default, I think. I see enough people use it on their TikToks and their YouTubes. These young whippersnappers. What do you mean you don't have to do it all by hand? That's what holds the pen, you know? See you soon. Boom. Ba-doop. Ba-doop, ba-doop. Boom. Wow, 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 ba-doop, bow, bow. Boom, boom, ba-doop, ba-doop, boom, boom. Ba-doop, ba-doop, boom, boom, boom. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, 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 boop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, boop, boop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, boop, 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 boop. Lo-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Making pretty good progress. Let's see. 2.5 hours. Alrighty. Some more water down this in this gullet. Figure we'll probably do another half hour. Take us to an even 3. And chug on from there. And then I'll be back streaming later this evening. That's the intent anyway. Now the real tough part's going to be figuring out how to make the glass look like glass. That's going to be yeah. That's something I haven't done before at this level.
Alrighty. Well, well, well. Going along pretty decently. Let's go back to Queen's original here and see how much spillage she wanted in her image. Yeah, fair bit. Alrighty. Three-hour mark. I think that's pretty good for today. I'll go do some dadding, spend some time with the kiddos, and get ready to potentially make more food, do all sorts of those good dad things. Alrighty. Great progress today, though. I want to say, let's look at that. Full screen, view, reset display. There we go. Move you up just a tiny bit. There used to be a way you could type into that, but anyway. We'll zoom in here because sometimes the streaming services like to take the end of the stream as the thumbnail for the VOD. Oh, excuse me. Oh. And if they do that, then they have something pretty cool to look at. So we'll save that, we'll save a duplicate. Not bad, everyone, not bad. All right, well, that's all for today. Nice 3-hour stream. Get some work done on our art, adding my little contribution to helping people appreciate how long art takes to do. So we've got about 6 hours now locked into this Jinx piece, and we're close. We're not there yet, but we're close. Won't be long now. I just have to figure out how to do that, the glass effect. And, yeah, a couple questions for Queen about how she wants the sand to shine. And that'll be that. I might do another stream this evening. I haven't decided. I probably should. That's when people are online, is after work. So, you know, much like Ariel, I want to be where the people are. And all right, that's enough of that. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you, everyone that stopped by the stream and talked to me. It was wonderful. Trix, hey Josh, you guys were great. Hot Sauce stopping by as well. And some others. Eos, of course, always pops in to say hello. So, always a good day. I don't know if he was in this stream today, though. Might be the odd one he's not in. Oh, today he might have gotten his job, so that could be it. Anyway, thank you all, everyone, and until next